What's going on, you guys? Welcome back to another video. In this video, I want to talk about the reason why the narcissist jumped into a relationship with you, why they were in such a hurry to start a relationship with you. And it's because they don't want to give you time enough to decide for yourself if that's what you want or not. So what they do in the beginning is they come on strong, trying to convince you that they have so many great plans in store. And they just, future fake and just make up things that just makes their life sound so exciting to where you can't wait to get to know them better. But the catch is we can't take our time with this. We got to jump right on in. They like to just false claim that they own this and they own that, and they can give you this and they can give you that. And God forbid they meet you at a time in your life where you're going through something and you can use a lot of help financially or whatever the situation is, you know. And if they have that to offer, they're going to use that. What they're going to do is feel you out though in the beginning. And they're really looking for your weaknesses. They're looking for your weaknesses so that they can play on that. And once you sit there and just tell them so much about yourself, the only thing, like, they take into consideration everything you said, but they're really thinking about the things that you may need. And that is what they're willing to offer. They also may even say things like what they're going to do to keep you and I'm not going to let you go. They say things that sounds like they just look at you as a possession, because that's how they communicate. And that's how they see people, as a tool, as a possession, as something to own. That's why it's hard for narcissists to let a person just be who they are. They have a hard time accepting that about a person. They're very controlling. They want power and control over everyone they deal with in some kind of way. As long as you're meeting their needs, they're fine. And you may think that, okay, well, I just go along to get along. But where's the happiness in that? Where is the peace of mind in that? Knowing that you have to go through an entire relationship with somebody, just making sure that you always keep them on the up and up. You're always checking in on them, and see, mind you, in the beginning, things change, and we didn't see those changes coming because they're so quick. They're tricksters. They're so quick with it till you're not expecting later on down the line that it's going to only get worse with this person. You weren't expecting that, you know. And a lot of times we go so head over heels for someone in the beginning. It's because they kind of sweep us off our feet. And so things, it seems to be too good to be true. And most likely it is. Anyone who is in such a hurry to start a relationship with someone without really getting to know them probably has other plans, But give yourself permission to ask questions about everything. And I mean question everything about a person and take it slow. Make that promise to yourself. Make that a rule for yourself that I will take things slow and I will move on my time, not on the other person's. You may like them. You may like some things about them. They're a good time, fun to be around. They put a smile on your face. You may feel comfortable around them. They're good company, but you still have the right to move slow. Don't let anyone rush you into anything. Narcissists will rush you into a relationship. Narcissists will rush into marriage 2, 3, 4 months in. And you haven't even met their parents. They just tell you all these good things. and that is not the real deal. They may be telling you a story. They're so delusional. But this is far beyond delusional. It's a more serious problem when they tell these lies about who they are, the background, and where they come from. And my parents are rich and this and that and the other. You know, it can be a lie that they made up listening to someone else's story. And they tell things to you because it sounds good, it sounds interesting, and you just want to get to know them more. But they want you to just like, but we got time for that. We got time. Oh, we have time for the things like that. So if we got time for that, then we got time for this, and we need to slow it down. The worst mistake to make is to jump into something with somebody without really getting to know them, you know. And that's anybody, not just a person who's a narcissist. That's just getting to know anybody. What happens when we be moving too fast is that we shortchange ourselves because now we're stuck in the belief that we must only go by everything that they tell us and what they want. It normally starts off by just believe me, just believe me. And when you finally start to question things, which you have every right to do, something just don't seem right here. Well, you told me this, and just all the little lies. A lot of times it start off by these little lies when they slowly start to show you another side of them. It starts to expose them, but then you're already in too deep, so you realize that this is now just a repeated cycle of the same old. Nothing ever changes. It never gets better. The only person that's really benefit off of this now, and the only person that always seems to be happy is the narcissist, and that's because you gave them control of the relationship. Mind you, you went in it, and they were trying to convince you why you should jump in it, and now they have just taken total control over you and this thing that you're in with them. Just like the saying goes about, if the enemy has the power to feed you, or you only give them power to feed you, you also give them power to starve you. I may be saying it wrong, but y'all get it. You give someone too much authority, too much say so over your life, you start to kind of get stuck with that, and you start to even kind of you start to make yourself believe that, okay, well, maybe this is the way it's supposed to be. You may even confuse that with being submissive, you know. And being in a controlled relationship is not the same thing as submissive. There's a respect within being submissive. But this is not about respect when it comes to a narcissist. It's all about compliance with them. Control, obey me, do as I say. Don't worry about what I do. That's what you're dealing with when you jump in these relationships with a narcissist. You know, nothing ever changes, nothing ever gets better. It just kind of stays the same, and they show you a little bit of something different that, every now and again. They keep pulling that same trick on you because now they got you kind of hypnotized into believing that, okay, like, is it over now? And you will never snap out of it. You're stuck. You become stuck to something, you know, something that you didn't belong in the first place. Because why did you have to ask yourself, like, why were we in such a hurry to do something that could wait? I'm not going anywhere. I'm not saying anyone else. Even if you are, or even if you plan on dating other people, you have the right to do that, because that's what dating is. And narcissists, they don't want to hear about you dating. You know, because even though they still have other supply, they don't want you to know about it. They want you to think that, you know, you can have them all to yourself without sharing them. The whole while they've been sharing. I mean, you've been sharing them. You just didn't know it. You've been sharing them, and it doesn't always mean cheating. It could just mean by other people occupying it, well, them occupying other people's time to where they put you on the back burner. Either way it goes, they're not gonna put you first. They're gonna do just enough to keep you, but not enough to satisfy you. They're not gonna give you what you deserve. Narcissists don't change, and you cannot change them. They are who they are, and they will be that way until the end of time. They don't change. But you can make changes and get out as soon as you recognize the pattern. And as soon as you start to accept the fact that this is not life. This is not what life is all about. You have to tell yourself that you deserve better, and you have to give yourself permission to do so. And as it goes for the narcissist, they'll be angry. They'll be angry that you have gotten away and started to do you, focus on you. And they can't, when they start to see that, okay, you're not home at this certain time, they get used to your patterns, your schedules, and your timing and the way you do things. So they used to that now. But the moment that you step out of that and you just kind of do something different, you take a different route, you take a longer walk home, or you're just not in a hurry to get back there. You just want to do something different and take a breather. This angers the narcissist because now they feel like, okay, I might be in danger of losing this person. They really do think that way because they really do believe that they own you. They really do believe that they have just that much. In their mind, they have just that much power to control you, your every move, and everything that you think. So they're not expecting you to think about doing something different. Because now this may make them unhappy. This gonna make them feel away, and you don't want to do that. Some narcissists will even say that, oh, so that's what you're doing now? I didn't know that. If I would have known that, I would have. And you're like, well, what's wrong with me? Going by a friend's house after work. We were going to go, out to eat. I told you that. No, you didn't tell me, but it's cool. And it's like they say things like that, but pay attention to the tone. They're really saying it out of anger because you did something that they didn't know anything about. They always have to be in the know. They need to know what your plans are, because God forbid you end up finding out something about them by other people, which may expose their other hand. And they don't want to be exposed. They always got to play this old squeaky clean image and play on your top like if you're doing a little bit too much when you never do nothing at all. You can keep up the same routine every single day, for 365. And at one time that you step out of that routine and do something different, they're going to point it out and act a complete fool. Like if you have just turned their world upside down because you didn't let them know you were going to do something. They feel so entitled to you, so entitled to every single moment of your life, your thoughts, your everything, every move you make. They want to know about it. When you jump into the relationship with a narcissist, they really believe they own you now. It's a power and control thing. In their minds, it is. In the beginning, they just give you false promises and you never see a day of it. A lot of times we just stay in these toxic relationships with them because of a trauma bond. When we do have those deep conversations while getting to know each other, and we talk about things that we can relate to. But who's to say the narc's even telling the truth? Some of it may be true and some of it may be something made up that they just feel like they have to meet, meet you with those experiences just to say you have something in common. And you don't have to have the same experience with a person to have something in common. You may like other things, share the same interests. It doesn't always have to be bad things that happen. When it comes to narcissists, not only that they connect through trauma bond, but they see, when you're getting to know a person, you're sharing. It's a back and forth, a back and forth. You're holding a conversation. It's an engagement. Give some, get some. You get some information about them. You give some about yourself. And it's like with a narc, the conversation doesn't just flow without it turning into a competition thing. If you mention about some things that you have, they're going to try to top that. And I'm pretty sure they're lying. And I could tell you this from experience. So many narcissistic individuals love to make up stories about things that they have owned, places that they've been, you know, just lying just to keep up with you, just to keep you locked in. They feel like they have to do that. Other than that, they really don't have nothing else to offer. They really will just sit there and just look like a damn fool. They really will just sit there looking crazy. And they know that that won't keep you. So they have to make up something, to gain your attention and to keep you wanting more of them or keep you just, more curious what else they got to offer. But everything about the narcissist is a lie. You know, the devil don't do nothing new. The devil is nothing but a liar. You know, you never go nowhere with a narcissist. They only hold you down and they hold you back. You'll never level up when you're with a narcissist. You know, and if you do, it's like you're going to expect praises. You're going to expect praises from the narcissist because you finally have, started to live again and pursue your dreams, you know, things that you have once lost sight of. And the narc, they feel threatened by this because that threatens them with your freedom. All they see now is freedom. Oh Lord, she gonna get loose. She gonna start doing it. She gonna start doing it. They really start to feel threatened by your freedom, you know. They never show happiness for your success. If anything, the narcissist is more likely to be sarcastic, very sarcastic, and they'll downplay your accomplishments and efforts because they don't care about your happiness. And a person who don't really know how to be happy, they cannot be happy for anyone else. Just like if a person don't love themselves, they cannot love anyone else. Narcissism is an obsession, which is usually mistaken for love. During the love bombing stage, and when they are very consistent, see, they keep their eyes on the prize. So they want you to think this is love because they're offering me this and they're offering me that. And you're so deep, they kind of like mesmerize you, they hypnotize you and have you just thinking, okay. And they don't give you a chance to get a word in or breathe and take it all in. So that's why the narcissist wants to jump into a relationship, but never give them the opportunity to do so. Make them wait. It'll be well worth your time. So thank y'all for watching. Share these videos, like, share, and subscribe. and I'll talk to you soon.